It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. Well, we just got back from the first big trip of the year. I'm excited. We went down to Utah, southern Utah, and while it wasn't purely a rockhounding fun time trip, some fun did happen. And if you don't know, we live in Northeast Washington, and the way you drive down to Southwest Utah is, well, you basically, you drive over to Montana, like, you know, towards Butte, and then you go straight down and you go through, I'm sure I'm going to upset somebody, my most disliked place in America. Sorry, everybody. The Salt Lake City, Provo, Orem area. It's like, I'm not slighting you if you live there, but it is just like a massive, massive metro city. It's ginormous, like, you know, 7 lanes of freeway on each side, level big. But on the way through, we stopped at the rock shop in Orem, and I got a copy of the rock book. Okay, so here's the thing. A big part of the way we communicate about rocks or whatever here on, you know, YouTube, the way things I find or places we visit, they come from a whole lot of different sources. I'm not like, you know, I'm not like, you know, I don't have all these things like downloaded into my brain. A lot of it comes from different publications, and different publications have different quality levels, right? And like this book right here, this book is absolute dog water. This is one of the more poorly done guidebooks, and it's bad. It's low quality, low effort. The directions are meh. The maps, like the maps in this are bad. Were they drawn from memory or something? I have no clue. But this, not a good book. Even though I have taken locations from this and like found the exact place and been like, okay, it's publicly accessible. A step up from that is this, which is not great. Like most of these rockhounding books, they're a mixture of old information on verified information, bad information, and good information, and you really have to do your due diligence to dig through what the truth is. And a lot of them, you know, they just have like one paragraph. They have like one paragraph and like one singular photo, and it's just not helpful. Not everything can be as good as this, but look at the size of this, and this is for one county out here in Northeast Washington. It is one of the more extensively researched and thoroughly enjoyable reads on the mining history out here of Stevens and Penderay County. And it's amazing GPS, although not the format I particularly care for. It is awesome. It is an awesome book. Let's get these things out of here. Okay, where am I going with this? So, the rock shop in Orem, I'll throw an address in here. He has this book that is kind of his book of locations and ideas, places to go, things like that. And I didn't fully realize that this atlas was required as a companion to this. So I bought this, and they didn't have any of these atlases for sale because the way this works is he has all of his kind of like places that he would recommend in here, and the page up on the top corresponds with the Utah Atlas page, and everything is highlighted. Like, you know, so I'm going through here and highlighting this, but if you go into the rock shop in Orem, which just so happens to be where the Easy Cab machines are made, they will highlight and number your atlas for you that corresponds with this. Now, I don't know how verified some of these things are, but I'm going through and I'm doing that now. I wish I had done it before, but if you're going through Orem, Utah, stop in at the rock shop, bring your Utah Atlas, buy the book. It's worth it. Way better than these couple of things that so many people rely upon for the state of Utah, or even the good one kind of sucks. Yeah, so I would rather go with this. Now the downside is the way I find things is I load everything into Gaia GPS. So I have to go through his book, find the places on the Atlas, then transfer it over to my phone or, Gaia on the computer. But it will be worth it for our future Utah trips. Going down there, I'm not going to spoil the fun, but I did find some good rocks, which will be future videos, of course. We did get to see, okay, so there's an area that has dinosaur footprints out by Parawan. I'm probably going to mispronounce some of these things. Parawan? Paragona? I don't know. Parawan. And they're kind of a disappointment. It's a beautiful little canyon area, beautiful, with the dinosaur footprints there, which I was kind of hoping would be really fun to see. Like, in my mind, dinosaurs are like this thing of, I don't know, Jurassic Park, right? Like, it's like not a thing that I have a lot of connection to. I've never dug dinosaur bones, even though I have some dino bone. Dino bone? Huh? Check that out. I have dinosaur bone, which is cool. Agatized dinosaur bone. You can kind of see some of the cellular structure of that, which is crazy to think about. But I really wanted to see some good dinosaur footprints out in the wild, and while they were just kind of lame. And actually somebody had vandalized them, which that's not very good either. We did, right down the road, there's the Parawan Gap, which has petroglyphs, which was pretty cool. Very cool to see some petroglyphs like that. We have petroglyphs out here as well. But we did end up spending a large amount of time in and around Cedar City, Utah. Now, just walking around town, there's a lot of construction going on, and well, agate is everywhere. And in this case, this kind of dendritic chalcedony, right? Some of which is kind of that blue-gray. And this was stuff that was just kind of out in giant dirt piles. So that was kind of fun. Obviously no video, but there's just agate all over the place. Varying types and qualities. This was sitting in some concentrated just white vinegar to try to get some of this crud off of it, and it was working, but I took it out for the video. It's kind of a chunky piece, kind of solid too. Could probably cut that. There's the little dendrites in there. But the actual winner, the winner of this is this guy here, this agate. You can see some of the stuff's coming off. But look at those little dendrites in there. Very nice if you ask me. I think this would cut and polish really, really good. Downside, there's like this kind of like tube that kind of goes right here, which runs through a little bit of calcite, and that's all getting baked out of it in the in that. But kind of fun to just like walk around town and find an agate just like that. Boom. Yeah, so it was very good going down to southern Utah. It's good to just get out of the house, go experience some nice weather. It was lovely. I don't have, I just got back, so I don't have a whole lot that I can share with you on this Saturday night special, but I like hanging out with you guys out in the shop. Wanted to share some of this stuff with you. It's been a really long winter, and it was very nice to get out and lay down a couple 1,000-mile drive and, be outside. I did get something in the shop this week. It was nice enough to come home to, which that's always a pleasure. And I'll give you a sneak peek. It's going to be a video at some point in the future. Check this thing out. Okay, let's just talk about it for a second. This is the flat platen for the Highland Park wet belt sander that I have, which is that's a really good machine. I bought this, and it is way higher quality than what the website listing for it would lead you to believe. This is all stainless, so that's like a giant piece of stainless steel, that like hex bar right there. So this gives a nice flat surface behind the belt to work on. So, you know, when it allows the machine to do double duty, which is something that I'm excited about. Like, imagine cutting this thing, right? Now you could potentially just work it on that and get it nice and flat, or work it on the round wheel, which that's exciting. I'm just happy. This thing is going to be awesome, I think. I haven't obviously taken the machine apart and installed this or anything like that. This is still very much so just a part that showed up in the mail. Oh yeah, the geodes, cutting the geodes. These things are awesome, by the way. Look at that. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. It's fun. I was talking, oh geez, I can't even think of their name now. Whatever, doesn't matter. A number of people, I believe a number of people were like, these are UV reactive. I will do some testing on that. I'm sure the chalcedony will be green and the quartz will not be. Kyle did mention that they can be tough to polish, and I concur. They can, in fact, be a tough polish with that quartz pocket. I've had a hard time. This is obviously not polished, but you can almost see parallaxing in that. Like, those bands around there are just like so fine. Next time I'm down at Richardson's Rock Ranch, I will probably be picking up some more of those. And speaking of Central Oregon, the Canyon Rim Polka Dot Mine, the Polka Dot Agate is back up for public digging after like 3 or 4 years. And if you're not familiar, Polka Dot Agate is this stuff, all right? It's kind of like yellow. This doesn't actually have any dots in it, unfortunately. This does. That does have some dots in it. I saw that on Facebook. I've never actually dug that portion, but I believe it's $5 a pound to dig. So if you're curious what that kind of equals out to, this is another piece from them. Basically, a 5-gallon bucket would be about $250 weight-wise. You know, I mean, obviously it depends if it's a bunch of little pieces that nicely fill a bucket or a big piece. And what else was it? You need to bring like all your own stuff. It's like no pets, hard hat, safety glasses, all the stuff to go mine some polka dot. That's on my now on my bucket list for the summer, because you're looking at the entirety of my my polka dot agate. I would like a nice, like, chunky block of polka dot similar to this, right? If this was like kind of the size of this guy, and I could cut some thin slabs for some future intarsia work, that would make me stoked. I'd be happy with that. Well, happy to be home. Utah is awesome. If you're going through Orem, swing into the rock shop. All right, everybody. That's all I got for you this week. I appreciate you. Thanks for making it to the end. If you could throw me a thumbs up on the video, I would appreciate it. And with that said, we will leave this one here, and I will catch you in the next video, which is going to be an awesome lapidary machine restoration video.